Nothing ever gets solved because the people at the top, the president, the king, the CEO, they don't know what regular everyday people have to go through. They sit on top of the throne. Whatever problems that they have to deal with, they have people that solve it for them. They just hire people. They have the resources. They have the power. They have the authority. They don't know what it's like to be a regular everyday person and have problems that they can't solve. They don't know what it's like to struggle. We don't have the resources. We don't have the money to hire people, and we don't have the authority to just get things solved. We can't go up high enough in the chain to get to the people who could fix our issues. A lot of issues that everyday people deal with are at the customer service level. We can't reach the people at the top, the people that can actually address the issue and fix it. And the way the world is structured, some people's problems get solved and others don't. And most people's problems aren't even heard. You only hear about problems in the news. The people at the top, they're too busy living in luxury. When they want something, they have personal assistants that get them everything that they want. Like when they're in the office and they want ice cream, they could just say they want ice cream and it'll just be delivered to them without any effort on their part. They're not in touch with reality. It's hard to fix problems when the people at the top don't understand the problems that everyday people are facing. When you think about it, it seems like no matter who's in charge, we're dealing with the same problems every year. Nothing ever gets fixed. How many different people have been in charge and we're still dealing with the same problems every year? They always tell people what they want to hear until they get to the top. The moment they reach the top, the moment they get there, they never do what they said they were going to do. Nothing ever happens. Most people are influenced without even know they've been influenced. In life, a lot of the rules are the same, no matter where you go. You say what people want to hear to get to where you want to be. The people at the top, are they running things the right way? No, they just say a lot of things that people want to hear, but they never do what they say they will. It's like the same thing as getting a girlfriend. It's the ones that say what a girl wants to hear that gets all the beautiful women. It's never the best man that gets the most beautiful women. They always tell you what you want to hear, but never do it. It's just empty promises. When a king goes to a village, a town, a city, a state, a province, they don't see the problems. They only see the best side of things. The people who are in charge, the local government, they only show the best side of things. They only show the people that are happy. All the bad things are hidden. The king doesn't see that. Everyone seems happy, so the king thinks everything is going right. But then when the king visits the village, unannounced, disguised as a regular, everyday civilian, then he starts to see the problems that everyday people are going through. They start seeing people on the streets, people that are starving. Everyone is struggling. The money that they send to the local governments aren't being used to support regular everyday people. They're putting it in their own pockets. Resources aren't going to the right places. And when they look around, then they realize the world is falling apart. When a CEO visits the office, everyone's on their best behavior. Everyone's hardworking. Seems like everyone is organized and doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Seems like the company is being ran in the best possible way. But then when a CEO goes into office, unannounced, disguised as a regular employee, then they start seeing the issues. People are fooling around. The supervisors aren't doing what they're supposed to do. They're not actually supervising. They're actually not helping. No one's getting their work done. Everything is a mess. Then they see how their company is really ran and why all their customers are going to their competitors. But you can't see that when you're sitting comfortably at the top and not really understanding what people are going through. Most people's problem never reach high enough in the chain for it to get any attention, for it to get resolved. Most of the time, they're only talking to the customer service level, where they might be able to help you, or they might not. Some people's problems get solved and others don't. And they never get to the root of the problem. So the same problems keep happening. And it's like a never-ending cycle. And the people at the top either don't care or don't know, because it never gets to them. And customers are not satisfied. And they complain. And your loyal customers end up leaving. And they go to your competitors. And they talk about why they had to leave. Why they were not satisfied with your product or service. And then new customers don't want to come to you either. They look elsewhere because they hear and see the problem of doing business with your company. They don't want to be a customer. And now you're not getting any new customers, and all your existing customers are slowly leaving. And the CEO doesn't even know why. They don't know what the problem is. And it seems like no matter who's in charge, even when they get a new CEO, the problem never gets fixed, because the problem is the way the company is structured and the way they run things. But it seems like the people at the top, they just can't fix problems. They have the power, and most of the time, the people at the top are only aware of very old problems, and they can't even fix that. And they have no clue of the new problems that people are dealing with, because times are always changing. You always got new problems. That's why I feel like you need new people in charge. The problem with how the world is ran, it's always the people that were already in charge on the local level, on a state level. They were already a part of the system, and they climbed to the top. And people keep listening and thinking that something will get fixed because they promised them that it will. But it's the same people in charge. They already showed you that they can't fix anything. We need new people. But the problem is, new people almost never stand a chance. They never get to the final round of having a chance to get to the top. But I do believe we need new people in charge. People that are not already in charge, climbing the leadership ladder and getting more authority. We need new people that are more in touch with reality and understands what regular everyday people have to go through. But the problem is that usually when a country or a company is badly ran, when the structure is bad, when the foundation is bad, usually they can't get out of it. The company usually goes out of business, or a competitor comes in and takes over the industry. There are a few countries and companies that manage to turn it around, but that requires a great leader. A leader who understands the core of the problem, the root of the issue, and does everything that he possibly can to make things better, to turn things around. It almost requires a miracle, because that type of leader only comes around once in a lifetime.